everybody. Russo's recap. I did that correct?
Yep, you did good. Nice job.
Shockingly, I got to that. Shockingly.
So, I hope
All right,
everyone likes
John.
the new introduction I did for Mike. I made that special intro just for Mike's show. So, I hope everyone enjoyed it. I know Mike liked it the other night when I heard him for the first time. He was super pumped about it. So,
I actually lied to John, everybody. No, it's awesome. John is always making this great banner, the great starts and stops from our shows. It's phenomenal. And so you have found us for another Wednesday. I think it's our third in a row, John, or Monday. Third in a
yep,
row, right?
third
Third
in a
in
row.
a
Yep.
row. All right, everybody. Russo's recap. John is in the house, the master of ceremonies. And you got me, the Russo for the Russo's recap. So let me get this started. John, you were really hyped on a movie that almost killed you, or a game that almost killed you. So why did you do the Eagles Cardinals?
I mean, if
I
you want
got
me to
the
you want me to get ramped up about it again, I'm trying not to, but again, like the Eagles jumped ahead of the Arizona. They went up. Then just like they've been doing all season, like you can adjust it as like they go into conservative mode and it drives you nuts. They could be slaughtering these teams more than they are, but they're letting these teams hang around. And it just got really too close for comfort last night to my level. I mean, if any other kicker makes that kick, I don't know how you pull a kick right indoors, no less. But like, it just baffled me. But like, the game itself wasn't bad. I mean, Hurts had his moments. He had what 239 yards passing, no touchdowns, no interceptions. Because the one INT he did have was overturned by the referees, and they called it an incomplete pass. Which, if you watch the replay, was the right call on the field. So, but then Jalen Hurts was our leading rusher, 15 carries, 61 yards for a 4.1 average, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Miles Sanders had 15 carries for 58 yards for 3.9. So a little bit of a lesser workload considering what he did the week before versus Jacksonville. But he still had some very nice runs on the ground. So,
It's Lou.
yep, Cowboys suck. Fly, birdie, fly.
There it
That,
is,
that's, a,
baby.
that's just a troll. We will talk about the Saints game tonight for you, Lou.
What?
Dallas Goddard had 8 receptions for
What?
95 yards. Devontae Smith, Mr. Hands, as I call him now, 10 receptions for 87 yards. And A.J. Brown, after the first quarter, kind of disappeared. He had 3
Yeah.
catches in the first quarter, and then that was it.
Is he happy in the locker room? Is he frustrated, or is everything all right there?
I think everything's all right.
Well, you
Yeah.
got when you have AJ Brown and Smith, but yet your tight ends, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean,
Look at this: 10 receptions on 11 targets. Goddard 8 reception on 9 targets. AJ Brown, but AJ
yeah.
Brown was only targeted. Well, he's targeted 7. I don't know what happened. I wasn't watching the game, so I don't know where these receiving yards. He missed 4 passes. Like I don't know what's
I
going
do
on with
think
that.
he had one drop, but teams are starting to clue on A.J. Brown, so they're eliminating A.J. Brown, but then that's opening Dallas Goddard and um, Devontae Smith. So that's why you have the numbers for Devontae Smith and Dallas Goddard that you have, because teams are now playing main on Brown, but then a safety deep. So that takes away from your best wide receiver.
True.
But then on the other side,
Murray got picked.
yeah, Murray had an interception by Chauncey Gardner Johnson. Thanks for the safety to Lou. That was a trade with New Orleans before the start of the season, so paying dividends. But Murray had what?
Look at this
250
over
yards
here.
passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception.
Morgan.
I love Morgan to death. I know she's messing
Who's
around.
your team?
She doesn't
Oh,
follow
but
football anymore.
Tyler. Yeah, forget it, Tyler. You wait till I say about that
So,
game. You don't even want a piece of that. Go ahead, John. Sorry, Arizona's side of the ball.
so James Conner, 55 yards before he got hurt. Kyler Murray, 42, which he should have had a little bit more, but made a bonehead play at the end of the game that actually wound up costing his team.
Carl, you are correct. Oh, wait, here it is. Yeah, I agree with that.
That's my Uncle Carl, by the way. He's one of my family members.
What's up, Uncle? It's good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Awesome. Tyler, I'm about to hammer you, so don't even start.
So
Yeah, Lou, that's true. Taysom Hill for the win, 4 touchdowns. Man, that was awesome. Sorry.
put it this way, Mike. By the end of the game, Arizona was down to the 4th-string running back, and they were still in the game. But
Yeah, I was going to ask you. Never mind. I didn't have to ask you. It was wrong with what I was doing. All right, cool.
Yeah, Rondell. I mean, Hollywood Brown got his catches, 8 receptions, 78 yards, and a touchdown. Rondell Moore, the speedster, I think the kid has major potential. 7 receptions for 68. Zach Ertz had another 6-catch game for him. So the Kyler Murray is good at spreading the ball around. So I could go.
He is. I mean, his field goal kicker should have hit that field goal though.
Well, and that's the funny thing. Like they showed prior to the game when him warming up, like how are you pushing the ball right during warm ups? Mentally, you say, okay, I got to readjust myself during the game if that situation comes up. But he did the same exact thing.
I can't believe it.
So,
well, that's
Tyler almost doesn't count. We still won. That's all I care about.
Oh, here we go. Let's get right into it. Atlanta versus Tampa Bay. Cannot wait to talk about this game a little bit. First of all, once again, the NFL and the NFL referees have helped Tom Brady again to win a game. I don't care what you say, Tyler. I watched that game. That was a bull call. I'm not going to swear right now. No, I am. Bullshit call. And they only do that for your quarterback. Only for your quarterback. Tommy got injured when he was with North. I know you don't follow the Patriots. The NFL changed the rule about sacks and all that stuff. Give me a break. No, yeah, they didn't. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's not what happened. You guys don't get that freaking foul call. You don't get that call. You guys lose the game. So I don't even want to hear about it. For a team that was so hyped up, they barely can beat teams. We're 5-0. You guys are 3-2, and Atlanta took it to you. Are you serious? So I don't want to hear about Brady. Brady's thrown way too many times because he's got no running game. So that's what I guess what he's got to do. He spreads the ball around. That's fine. But I don't care what the hell it happened. You can say whatever you want. You can say whatever you want, Tyler. Kevin Bay, once again, getting gifted from the NFL gods. And that is the absolute truth. I don't care what you write in here. That's the absolute truth. Anyways, Mariota had another, so-so game. He got sacked 5 times. So we got sacked 5 times, which sucks. They're not protecting him. What's he supposed to do without the protection? That's funny, Lala. And then Brady, there he is, thrown way too many times because he has no running games. They protected him pretty well, but without the calls, they lose. So what else we got here? Fournette, like I said, running game 69 yards. Mariota and Al, is it what is that? What's that name, John? Algier,
something like that.
Yeah, 13 carries for 45 yards. John, how much is that per yard? That doesn't sound very good.
Well, Mariota was 8.7, and Algier was 3.5.
Yeah, that didn't look super great. What about Huntley?
Huntley was 4.3, and then Williams was 3.7 with a touchdown.
That's not bad.
So
let me see what's up receiving wise. You see what's up with Atlanta? They have rushing, but they had more rushing than receiving. So I don't. What?
They don't have a true number 1 in Atlanta. That's their problem. Plus, Kyle Pitts didn't play in this game, so you take away your going to be all pro tight end. What do you got? Drake London, the rookie out of the USC. Like they don't got much. Plus, they didn't have Cordell Patterson in this game, so.
Look at this over here. Tyler trying to talk stuff. We're 5-0, buddy. You're 3-2. So, anyways, let's take a look at defense. Look at Tampa Bay defense. I have to admit they were pretty good. 5 sacks. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And they protected Brady, which is important because if you're going to throw 52 times, you guys better have the thing. But I'm telling you, you're not going to win in the playoffs without some kind of running game. So I hope Tampa Bay figures it out.
Yeah, because Brady can't throw 52 times every single week. So
it's ridiculous. He's never going to be whatever. Tyler, you can put up whatever you want, man. I'm not addressing you anymore. The Tampa Bay has been exposed to all their weaknesses. They're absolute trash this year, and they're going to barely make the playoffs. So your team doesn't blow anybody out anymore, and they just are not doing well. And we're 5-0. You're 3-2. 3-2. Look at your 69 yards rushing. Are you kidding me? Kidding me? What drugs am I on, dude? You're the one on the drugs, dude. We're 5-0. You're 3-2, and you don't beat any game. You don't win any games by a blowout anymore. You just don't do it. Anyways, yeah, okay. Here we come. Here we come. Here he comes with the injuries. All right, yeah, injuries. Give me a break. It's supposed to be a super team. Next man up. What is that about? Yeah, nothing. Now I'm done. Garbage. They'll barely make the playoffs. Anyways, so that's it for this game. Like I said, the referees helped them win. And I just wish the game was more fair when it comes to Brady, but they're not. So they were the same way with when they were with he was with New England. John, you want to add anything?
No, I'm good.
I mean, I'm done with this game.
All right, well, I'm going to jump into a surprising game, which is the New York Giants beating the Green Bay Packers over in London after
Ooh.
being down 20-10 at halftime.
Talk about that, John. I missed that whole game.
I didn't watch any of it neither, but I have a buddy of mine who's a big Giants fan at work, so I was keeping tabs on him. So, like, he said the first half was all Green Bay.
Right.
But then you flip the switch, and the Giants outscored Green Bay in the second half 17-2, which was an intentional safety at the end of the game, might add. But, like, the Giants, even though they're starting to rack up the injuries, they're a scary team. Like, we can't take them lightly neither. I mean,
no, you can't.
I don't know the severity of Saquon Barkley's injury because they said he left the game hurt.
Oh, no. Is he hurt again? Well, that's the Giants' entire offense, so.
Yeah, but that same drive he got hurt, Daniel Jones went on a tear, went like 4-for-4 passing, ran the ball for 30-something yards. Like, Daniel Jones is finally catching on to this offense. And that's a whole new offense in the Giants this year. And, I mean, they're collecting. They're 4-1. The one loss is to the Cowboys. So, yeah, that hurts division-wise. But, like, to be 4-1 at this point, I did not see the Giants having this much luck. So,
oh, no, I'm with you on that. But I'll tell you right now, if Saquon Barkley's out, Jones isn't going to be able to carry it with his arm. I'm just saying.
Nope.
No way. Rodgers and MC 27 for Daniel Jones, right around 30, close to 30. And you got Aaron Rodgers at 39. So that's what I like to see them be passing wise, I think, to be effective.
Yeah.
I thought that the Green Bay Packers, after smashing two of the best teams in the league, I didn't think they would lose to the Giants. But if he's injured, let's see if there's any updates on him. Checking.
But like Daniel Jones,
it doesn't show him injured.
Well, that's good. So don't worry about the Giants then.
No, I went to everything. Overview of his. I went directly to this page. They say he's active with no injury.
Okay.
And by the way, everybody, let's go right to if you like. Oh, go over the Giants game, John. I almost skipped that. I'm sorry.
Sorry. No, Daniel Jones was 21-27 for 217. He didn't have a touchdown, but didn't have an interception. But then Saquon, before he got hurt, 13 carries, 70 yards, a touchdown. Jones had 10 carries for 37.
What is that, John? What was the Barkley's carry, like his rate?
5.4.
That's beautiful for him. And then Jones was not bad either, I don't think.
3.7 for a quarterback. That's not bad.
No, it's not bad for a quarterback. You'd like to see when you have the rushing, you like to see 4+.
Yeah. But then his leading receiver was Darius Slayton. They're still trying to find identity at the wide receiver position.
Did he come off injury, John?
Huh?
Did he just come off Slayton? Did he just come off injury?
I think he missed a couple of games, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So, I mean, Tyler's right there. Saquon.
Tyler is right with that.
The Giants are a sneaky team. I agree with that.
I agree with that too.
And then over on the Green Bay side, Rodgers was 25 of 39, 222, 2 touchdowns. And then Aaron Jones was the leading rusher, nothing to write home about, 13 carries, 63 yards for a 4.8 average. Randall Cobb was his leading receiver. You know that was bound to happen eventually.
Yes.
Rodgers and Cobb always had that good connection back in Randall Cobb's prime. He slowed down a bit, but he can still be a game changer. And if the Packers go out and get Odell Beckham Jr., like they're rumored to be interested in him, that's actually now a really scary wide receiver trio with Allen Lazard, Odell, and Randall Cobb coming in as a slot. So, Rodgers needs the help bad.
Yes, he does. I mean, losing his top receiver was not a good thing.
No.
The Raiders are up. Everybody's 7-0. They're at Chiefs.
Yeah. I got the game quietly on behind me, so I can turn around and look.
I'm jumping over the Cincinnati Baltimore game. Once again, Cincinnati, as John would say, still has that Super Bowl hangover going on. Um, Baltimore's rushing was good. Burrow was 217. I mean, one pick, one TD, same as Jackson. They threw it for about close to each other's yards. Did Tyler Boyd run some trick play?
They
And
tried
got
to. It didn't
sacked.
work.
Like
Teams always.
Taysom Hill for the Saints takes off. Look at this, Tyler. I don't think so.
I'm out right now, Cowboys.
Yeah, it's gonna be the. We'll get to that game in a second, but yeah, Baltimore. Like I said, it was. I don't know what you want to say. 155 yards. Dobbins. You've been talking about this for a while about J.K. Dobbins. John, you want to pop in there about that?
I mean, he's still coming back from an injury. I mean, he's not. I wouldn't say 100%, but Baltimore doesn't really use him. I think they should. He was a great back at Ohio State, if you remember back in the day, but his game really hasn't translated to the NFL yet.
No, but I know that you mentioned him the last couple of weeks. So I just wanted to bring it up to you.
So, I mean, I'd give him a couple more weeks, but they also just went out and got Kenyon Drake, who's another proven veteran back. So if Dobbins can't stay healthy, yeah, at least you have that veteran presence in someone like Kenyon Drake.
I'm just looking at like okay, Burrow spread the ball around everywhere. Okay, Baltimore, it was just two receivers was his main thing.
Yeah, that's all. That's all we really had.
Andrews and Duvernay. Yeah,
Duvernay.
these other people are just they're not helping at all. Their rushing was better than Cincinnati's rushing.
Yeah.
Well, like
What
you said
won
about
this game
Dobbins,
was Baltimore having the best kicker in the NFL in Justin Tucker. Tucker was
he
4 for
is
4 last night.
he is amazing. I agree with you on that.
So you don't have a
Baltimore,
kicker like
look,
Justin Tucker, you lose a lot of your games.
definitely. No, I agree with you, man. I'm
So
just looking at the defenses. They kind of claims there was 3 sacks on Cincinnati, yet it only just 2 for them over here. So I don't know which thing is
well, because they
correct.
probably don't count the gadget play as a sack.
I thought they had to. Not if it's a running one. You're right.
Yeah.
Anything else, John, to say about this game?
Nope. I was gonna jump into the next one.
Okay, take us away, John. Which one we headed to?
Talking about another Super Bowl hangover, the LA Rams got thrashed yesterday. I'm sorry, but the Dallas Cowboys whooped their rear end. This game wasn't even close. From the highlights I saw, Cooper Rush is the real deal of Mike McCarthy, Jerry Jones, whoever's in that Dallas organization. You gotta seriously look at Cooper Rush being potentially your future for the next couple of years. Because the
Yeah,
kid's playing great, the team's rallying behind him, and Dallas is a very scary team as well.
yeah, they are. But he only threw for 102 yards. So how they won this game is just because the Rams sucked because he was sacked 3 times. Now Stafford was sacked 5 times. He's getting no protection. I do not know what's going on over there with passing, but what is going on? He threw 1 TD and he got hit 5 sacks. I mean, he can't be taking that kind of hit. Stafford's not a young, uh, is not. He's kind of out of his prime at this point. So, I mean, I'm sorry, guys. I mean, Stafford's good and all, but, he's been playing for a while since '09.
What won this game for Dallas was their defense and special teams.
Oh, yeah, sacking somebody 5. Yeah, but Rush wasn't protected much either. That's what I was saying earlier. Oh,
No,
rushing was all over. Dallas was all over that.
yeah, but you have two guys with what 30 carries between the two of them, and he put up 163 yards on the ground. Pollard and Elliott are a good 1-2 punch,
I agree with you there, Tyler.
but
He
like
hasn't.
like Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott, the combination kind of reminds me of what Philly had back in the day, with a Deuce Staley and a Corral Buckle. They're
I
two
agree.
dynamic backs. One's a hard nosed ground pounding runner, and the other one is one of the streaky backs. So it just reminded me of what the Eagles used to have back in the day. As
I
much as
got
I
you.
hate to compare the two teams, but
No, it's right. Look at Dallas's fumbles. I mean, Rush, he fumbled twice, but he was able to get it back. And then look at the Los Angeles. Stafford, he got picked off. Let's see. He got picked off once. He got sacked 5 times, and then he fumbled twice. You're not going to win a game with those kind of turnovers.
no,
But both
absolutely.
defenses were not that bad. I mean, they both, but Dallas just, I don't know, behind Rush, man. They're
Like
getting
I
it
said,
done.
honestly, it came down to Dallas's defensive and special teams stepping up and making plays.
That's true. Because Rush isn't the quarterback. I'll tell you right now, Rush is not the quarterback with his arm. I think Dak has a much better arm. So
I will agree that Dak has the better arm, but like I was talking to Sam last night about it, like the difference between the two, okay, is Cooper Rush is your pure pocket quarterback. He
right,
stands up, he stands back in the pocket. If he has to read his progressions, he can step up in the pocket. Dak is almost like every other quarterback in the league right now. If he gets razzled or frazzled, he's rolling right or he's rolling left. So he's taking those unnecessary hits because by that point your offensive line is breaking down pass protection wise, and those rushers are getting to your quarterback.
John, a question for you: is this the repeat of the Patriots, or are we going to go with Rush and sit Dak Prescott like the Patriots when they Brady broke through and that was it for
What so?
Bledsoe? What do
I
you think?
mean, you actually got to see what Dak looks like because Sam was telling me last night Dak has a possibility of playing this week in Philly. Now it all depends on practice week this week, but like I told Sam, if I'm Dallas, I'm sticking with a hot hand. Sure, Rush didn't have the best game of the season, but he's making those precision passes when they count. I had pointed back to the game versus Washington 2 weeks prior, where he had CD Lamb 35 yards down the field, right on the numbers. You don't see that often. It reminds me of an old movie I used to watch. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It's called Unnecessary Roughness.
Yes, I love that movie.
Okay. Remember the quarterback in that movie, Paul Blake?
Yeah,
He's out in the cornfield, rolling out to his right, rolling out to his left, and he's hitting the dummy thing right in the chest. That's what Cooper Rush does. Cooper Rush is pinpoint precision with those passes. And
how long
now,
has Rush been on the team?
like 4 or 5 years, he was
Oh,
another.
he's 28 years old. That's not bad. He's in his prime.
Yeah, he's another one of those. Dallas does a good job at it. I will give you that. They find quarterbacks after the draft.
That's
Yeah,
true.
Tony Romo, who was undrafted, Cooper Rush was undrafted. Like there's two of the couple they had, but like going back to the many years of history, I'm sure you could find more. That you say, damn, he was actually pretty good. So that's a big game this coming Sunday. I can't wait to watch it Sunday night. Dallas comes to Philly. Dallas Philly anytime under the lights. There's a lot of pressure on both teams. It's about who shows up.
Exactly. See,
The
when the
only
Ram,
reason,
no, go ahead.
good.
No, John, I just say Rams wanted to roll it back, but they've looked horrible all year.
Yeah,
Like you said, another hangover.
it's crazy. John, you going to? I wish Tyler. I do not have the money. Tickets are about $300 a piece.
I'll get us tickets, John.
If you can get a reasonable ticket, let me know.
Okay, I'll try. Let me
But
see. Let me look.
if
I'm
not,
looking at
I'm
the
just gonna
games.
sit. I might actually pull a TV outside and watch it outside.
The Raiders are. Hey, John, you got flat surfaces. Why don't we get you a small projector?
Good. Good luck.
Can you imagine that? Which flat does your front? I'm trying to see how much flat space you have.
Well, I wouldn't do it in my front. I'd do it in my back.
No. Well, yeah. Is there a flat wall we could broadcast to?
Yeah, on my back fence.
Is it fully? Never mind. So
We'll
we would
talk about
need a screen. All right, I'll talk to you about it later.
it.
All right, I'm not talking about the Colts Broncos game. I mean, yeah, it was what it was. I mean, Wilson
Sorry,
getting
right?
picked. I know Ryan. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with Wilson. I don't. If it's the system he's in now, or I have no idea what he's doing.
Special Sunday night show featuring the Eagles. I'll talk to Mike about that one off stream, Tyler. I'll let you know.
Successful Sunday night show featuring the Eagles.
We'll talk about that, Mike. We might actually have something for that.
Yeah, it's going to be 77-3. So That's the Eagles game. 77-3, John. You heard it here first. Broncos country, we suck. Tyler, what are you talking about? Are you a Broncos fan now?
He jumps all over the place. So.
Well, anyways, there's not much to say with this game. This game was just horrible.
It was a snooze fest.
I'm not even going to go over this, guys. It was just horrible. I don't have anything. Do you got anything to say about it, John? Because I really don't care about this game. It was horribly played. Everybody, look, Ryan got sacked 6 times. Wilson got sacked 4 times. What do you think's wrong with Wilson, though, John? What's your take on what?
Tore labrum in his shoulder. He actually just had surgery.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was a procedure. Oh, wait, I thought he had a shot in the arm. Isn't that or who was it that got the shot in the arm?
I don't know, but I know about
Wilson. What do you don't know? It was news about the shoulder procedure.
It might have been Wilson then.
Ah, okay, Tyler, I get you. I'll put this up. Yeah, you're right. You were right. But I'll tell you right now, if there's a Denver fan that can explain anything as to what this team's doing or any direction, I don't see nothing other than 2 defenses that sacked everybody all over the place. So I'm getting out of this game unless John has more to add to it.
No, if my cousin Kelsey was in here, possibly he would have something to say. But
see you, Curtis. Thanks for stopping by.
No, he's saying good day, like hello. That's how he.
Oh, thanks, Curtis. That's it, John.
Yeah, Thanksgiving dinner in Canada tonight. I'm jealous. He had a nice dinner pointed out.
Raiders 14-0 at the Chiefs. What's up with the Raiders suddenly coming alive with the Chiefs? They're at home. The Chiefs.
Yeah, well.
Wow.
Buffalo thrashed Pittsburgh. I saw that coming.
Yeah, this game, I'll pop in there, but they just shredded them.
I mean, I don't know if you saw the tensions getting feisty and stuff, but the different, Buffalo was ready to fight.
Yeah, a 424 with 4 touchdowns, only 1 pick. Crazy. So, he's going to be the starting QB for the Dolphins next week. Tyreek Hill. I don't know. I mean,
it depends if Teddy Bridgewater clears the protocol. If not, they're going to have to go with the rookie Sky Thompson.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, Curtis can answer that question probably. Curtis is saying Skyler, so Teddy Bridgewater might be out for a game.
That's true.
It's a shame to see Teddy Bridgewater get knocked out after literally the first play of the game, but
look at that. Buffalo kept Allen clean all day.
Buffalo is a scary team, and if they're watching this game tonight, they're sitting back with licking their chops because Buffalo goes to Kansas City next week.
Kansas City's defense, I'll be honest with you, I don't know everything about their defense, so I don't know. Because look at these stats. I mean, there's not much to say. Pittsburgh, 54 yards rushing, 327 with 3 sacks. I mean, like I said, Allen was protected 0 sacks. I mean, he had nothing to do about it. It was it's just horrible.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. I mean, Allen shredded him. So much so that Case Keenum came in.
Yeah. The one thing I don't like about Buffalo that worries me is they don't have a running team.
That is true.
If you can get that ground game going in Buffalo, they're going to be so unstoppable, dude.
Yeah, I wonder why they've never found a good running back.
I mean, they had one back in the beginning years of his career, and they gave him up. I can only imagine what he would have done if they kept him for longer than they did.
Who's that?
Marshawn Lynch.
Ooh.
Because when they drafted Marshawn Lynch, 12th overall, they also had another running back by the name of Fred Jackson.
Well, I remember that, yes.
Okay. And then after they get rid of Marshawn Lynch, Fred Jackson becomes the starter, but then enter into the picture a running back named Travis Henry.
Remember Travis. Good point.
Like the last time Buffalo had a solid number 1 running back, even though he wasn't in his prime anymore, was Shady McCoy.
Oh, yeah. Buffalo really.
And they do a running committee up there, so.
Yeah, when he was up there, he was the starter for a few years.
Yeah.
We never should have got rid of him.
No, that was the weird, dumb trade that Chip Kelly pulled with Buffalo, trading Shady McCoy for Kiko Alonso.
He also got rid of Jackson.
Yeah.
That made no sense either. I mean, I just don't get it. But this game doesn't. I'm done with this game, John. Unless you have something to say. Buffalo's crushed them. I mean, it was nothing.
Yeah, I mean, Gabe Davis went off again. Three receptions, 171 yards, like 2 touchdowns, and a 98-yard touchdown reception. Who gives up 98-yard touchdown receptions nowadays?
No, they don't. I mean, that game was like I don't. It just shows how much the Steelers' offense needs help. But the Steelers' defense, they were on the field so much. I mean, what are they supposed to do?
Yeah.
They might be missing T.J. Watt, but they still have a great defense. So I don't know what's going on with that. How do you? Wow. So, well, you're on the field all the time. You tire out. So I totally get it. John, you're.
Well, I'm just reading Tyler's comment. They have Kenny Pickett at quarterback. He's a rookie.
Right, he is.
You have to let a rookie grow. And I guess getting your butt kicked like this lets that rookie grow. Do I think he's ready to be an everyday starter? No. That's why you have someone that you bring in like Mitchell Trubisky. But Buffalo is just that good.
They are.
Buffalo is the top tier of the AFC. Just you hands down.
Who beat them? I forget who beat the Bills.
Miami.
Oh, that's right. Yes, he's a rookie. That's what. Yeah, John was just talking about that. Who endorsed him? Was it Roethlisberger? Somebody endorsed him for starting QB.
Probably Roethlisberger.
Okay, to all you Pittsburgh guys out there, I do want to say one thing. Okay, about you Steelers. If there have any Steeler fans, doubt it. But if we do, let me tell you about the Steelers. Right? Nobody is going to fire their head coach. Okay. You can say all the time that he needs to go, but you should have learned over the course of the Steelers, they let their head coaches go when the head coach wants to leave. So that's been their style, and they've done it a ton. Okay, so Tomlin's going nowhere until Tomlin's ready to leave because they don't do it. They just don't get rid of quarterbacks.
Coaches, you mean?
I mean, not quarterbacks. Coaches. They just don't do it. So I'm sure. I'm sure he will. No, you're right. I mean, he's going to retire. He might retire soon. I don't know. 2 years ago, he's like, I'm not going anywhere. So when he was like, just going to go somewhere else. So I don't know. I'm trying to remember when this was. Oh my God, he's talking about last year. Tyler.
Well, he's not lying. If they win if they get the coin flip in Kansas City, I think they win.
Like I said, the Chiefs are getting hammered. The Raiders already have the ball back. So that takes care of that. Colts, Eagles, Giants.
I got 1 or 2 games that I could bring up. Mike, what one?
All right, John. No, go ahead. I'll take. No, go ahead. Which one?
You want to do the Chargers, Browns, or the Saints, Seahawks?
Go with the Saints Seahawks game.
All right, Saints Seahawks. This was, from what I saw highlight-wise, this was an absolutely crazy game. And Taysom Hill should be more involved in New Orleans' game plan on a more weekly basis than he has been. The man went off. The one highlight I did see, he broke a sweep to the left for 62 yards.
I don't know how teams don't key on him. I mean, as soon as he's in the game, you know he's going to mobile. I don't know why people are, he's shot. I mean, he ran for 112 yards. That's ridiculous. 3 touchdowns, and he threw for 1. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, he was 1 for 1 passing, too. So
see, I love Kamara. I honestly really love Kamara. Now, Lalo?
I know. I want Lalo.
Lalo's in the house. Yeah, Lalo, get in here, buddy. When you talk about this. I love your guy, Kamara. Love that running back. Always have.
Like, Andy Dalton did his fair share, but Taysom Hill stole this game.
Oh, yeah, he did.
9 carries, 112 yards, 3 touchdowns for someone who's supposed to be a quarterback.
Yeah, he only passed 1 time. It's funny, but he carried over 112.
But and then
John,
the other crazy thing is that what you won't see on this box score, Taysom Hill had 3 kick returns for 69 yards too. Like the
in
kid
this
does
game?
it all.
Wait, in this game?
In this game, yeah.
Oh my God, he did. I fumbled once though. But Taysom Hill always freaking fumbles, so that doesn't shock me. I'll tell you one thing though, Geno Smith's really proven to me. I mean, I know those weren't super great. He was clean though. 3 TDs, didn't get picked. They lost 1. Metcalf fumbled. The one that Woolen fumbled too, but they recovered it. So, they kept him clean.
Yeah.
They sacked. Well, I should say kept him sacked, but he still got sacked 3 times. But he didn't make mistakes. That's probably what I did. Geno Smith played, just good management.
Yeah, I was listening to Sirius NFL radio on my way to work today, and Charlie Weiss is one of the uh, co-hosts on the show. They do Monday morning recapping all the games. He said, even though they lost, don't write off the Seahawks. Like Geno Smith's playing above standards this year. Like he's actually putting together a very good season. It doesn't show on the stat line, but like Seattle was surprisingly competitive this year. A lot of people thought that they're going to be one of the worst teams in the league. It was a rebuild year, that Drew Lock was going to go in, that they were just going to tank the season, get a high draft pick, but they're playing like they want to compete, and that's good. Is Geno Smith the long term future in Seattle? I don't know because he's getting a little bit older, but to see him putting up these kind of numbers after sitting on the bench for 6 years is pretty damn impressive.
It is. What is Tyler trying to say here?
He's saying that Taysom Hill is better than Dalton and Winston.
No, that's already been not proven because when Hill was handed the reins, he did nothing. So he didn't.
Yeah,
He was the man for that one season and he didn't do crap.
no, Taysom Hill is not a starting quarterback, but
He's not.
He's a game changer. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But
no, it's once again the offense was really all it was running game. New Orleans had the rushing. 200-yard rushers.
yeah, you don't see it every day.
Right. But receiving wise,
Receiving wise, like, looking at this box score, New Orleans didn't have Michael Thomas or Jarvis Landry.
I didn't even know they were injured.
Yeah, they're not on this box score, so they didn't play. So you're relying on your rookie wide receiver Chris Overlay.
Well, look at this. Kamara had 194 yards between rushing and receiving. Good Lord, that's a lot of from scrimmage.
29 touches. That's what you need to do. I'm surprised. On a surprising note, I'm surprised that Kamara is still playing, given the fact that he's still waiting trial for what happened out in Vegas at the Pro Bowl.
What happened out there? I forget.
He supposedly assaulted somebody at a nightclub or something the night before the Pro Bowl, punched somebody, and he's waiting trial for it. I don't know if the charges were dropped, if the case is still pending, or what. But
yeah, I don't know how that case is going, John.
Sure,
John. Raiders still up 14-0. Oh, and they're 4th and 1. They're still going to get a field goal on 34. So it's going to be 17-0, or they're going to, because it's 4th and 1. Okay. Go to your next game, John.
Well, just one more quick thing on the defensive side.
Sorry.
Jordan had a sack and a half. Him and Davenport on that defensive line is scary. Davenport doesn't get the sacks he should, but yeah, as long as you still got Cam Jordan on the other side, you're still getting some rush at the quarterback.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So next game that I would probably bring up is probably the Chargers and the Browns. How the Chargers could have almost threw this game away.
Chargers, there we go.
It was a good back and forth game from what I saw and read, but the Chargers were trying to lose, it seems like. Because I think it was
No, go ahead. I thought Herbert was injured.
He's been playing through it. I give the man credit. He's playing through it.
Well, that's good. Because I thought he was still hurt.
Oh, he is still hurt. But the crazy thing about this game, like it was, as you can see, it was a back and forth game. The Chargers had the ball with like they said, a minute 19 left. It was 4th and 2 on their own 42-yard line. What do you do in that situation 9 out of 10 times? Fourth quarter, you're up by 2 points. 4th and 2, you're back in your own side of the field. What do you normally do? What would you do as a coach? You punt the ball. Right?
That's what I would do. Yeah, punt it away.
Brandon Staley decided to go for it. They didn't get it. So now Cleveland has 1st and 10 on their side of the field with about a minute left. They're making progress. They're moving down the field, but then they had some type of penalty. I forget what they said it was that moved them back. Now, instead of being in prime position for a rookie rookie kicker. Now you're trying to win the game on another 54-plus yard field goal, and unfortunately, the kid pulled it right, missed it right. Browns lose, but the Chargers were trying to hand them this game. There's no way you can go for a game 4th and 2 on your side of the ball when your opposing team has all 3 timeouts left.
I'm with you.
That's just asking for trouble.
But like I like both of these running backs. I mean, look at Eckler.
Oh, Eckler finally
kidding
woke
me?
up.
Yeah, you were saying that last week about him. And then on the other side, I like Nick Chubb. Everybody, I'm a Nick Chubb fan, and he went off too.
I got Nick Chubb in fantasy. My dad.
What'd you say? What?
I have Nick Chubb in my fantasy football league.
That's good. I like Chubb.
He got me like.
But you've been waiting since we started doing this 3 weeks ago. You know, Eckler has been a guy you've always mentioned him in when we talk about that game, talk about that team.
I mean, he wasn't getting going, and he was off to a very slow start, but he found his momentum. And Mr. Tyler in here, if he's still looking in the chat, wanted to trade him in our fantasy football league. I told him he was nuts.
It is nuts. By the way, everybody, just as you know, always Master Chief. I never get him on. I know what am I doing here.
There you go.
There he is, everybody. Master Chief still now. So, yeah, I mean, 2 running backs, basically 213, 238 with total rushing. But passing-wise, I mean, does Los Angeles have a freaking defense? I mean, they picked one. What?
Chargers defense is hurt.
Oh, they have that many guys out? I didn't realize that either. You know more about these injuries.
They're not out, but they're banged up, I should say.
I got you. I understand what you're saying. But they didn't get a sack all day. How do you not get at least 1 sack?
Yeah, well, when you only have someone like Nick Bosa, is it Nick or Jody Bosa that's in with the Chargers? Like, regardless, like, you don't have someone like Bosa on the one side, it's a difference maker. Like, yeah, you still got Khalil Mack and Kyle Van Noy, but they're not preliminary pass rushers like.
I don't think did he play Mack?
Yeah, Mack had 2 tackles,
2 solos and tackle for loss, so he did his job.
But like, I love the Chargers secondary. It's a very young group that they can build that defense under. You got Darwin James at safety. He's like a 3rd-year pro out of Florida State. They just went and signed J.C. Jackson this year from the Patriots. Asante Samuel Jr. still learning the ropes. You know who his father is.
Yeah.
Like that's a secondary that you can build on to go forward. And if those 3 progress, I'm honestly thinking that secondary could be what the Eagles had back in 2004.
Well, in the preseason before it happened, they were comparing that group to the Seattle group when they had Chancellor and all those guys, and Sherman.
Yeah, but then if you want to go back farther than that, you can go back and look at the Philly secondary. The year they made the Super Bowl the first time versus the Patriots. You had Lito Shepard, Sheldon Brown. You had Roger Gooden as your nickel back, but then you had Michael Lewis and Brian Dawkins as your 2 safeties.
Raiders are winning 17-0, everybody. Just let everyone know.
And Mahomes looks lost.
Kicked the field goal instead of. What game? See, that's not a game we cover. Eagles, Packers, Bills, Giants, Chargers.
But
Browns.
just put one more thing about the Chargers Browns game. Both teams
ahead,
had over 200 yards rushing.
I said that, John. I said that their rushing was everything that game. I agree with you, man. That was the key.
Between the 2 teams, you're looking at over 450 yards on the ground.
That's neither pass much at all.
Well, when you have running backs that can do your leg work, you don't need the basketball. That's like grinded out, hard-nosed football.
Oh, it's true. But the Chargers almost lost. So they handed it to them. Let's stop in at Bears-Vikings. We handled the Vikings, pretty well. Cousins. Let's see. Jay Fields. I'll be honest with you, I don't think Fields is the answer in Chicago. But he's young. Let me say that.
He is young.
He could develop. Give him a couple more years to try to move that team. Just not impressed so far, guys. And he's young, so that might be a bad comparison. What's up, Matt?
Matt and ABC.
Matt, what's up?
Minnesota
John,
actually gave this game away.
go. They did, but
Okay.
they still managed to win.
Yeah. Wait, am I seeing that right? I am seeing that right. Wow.
What is it? What are you looking at?
A wide receiver for Minnesota actually had a touchdown for once. On his one reception, 1 yard, one touchdown.
And they got him from us, right?
Yep, Jalen Rager.
Who we trade for that? They got Rager. Who
Nobody.
we get? We just gave him away for $10. All right.
Yeah, pretty much. But hey, if you're a fantasy football player, that's what 7.1 points just for that one play.
No,
1 point. Go ahead.
no. All I'm saying is that Chicago could have easily won this game.
Yeah.
They were dominant. Their defense in the second half.
Yeah, they couldn't stop Justin Jefferson though. Looking at the stat line, 12 receptions, 154 yards on 13 targets.
And he rushed once for 23. Yeah, that's a great receiving. He also spread the ball a little. Well, they both kind of spread the ball around.
So
Fumbled.
the last couple of weeks, like
what, Matt? Matt, say whatever you want, man.
Yeah.
Why don't you let Tyler know that the NFL and the referees help them win because Brady's so shady. NFL's so shady when it comes to him. Got Tyler over here. Everybody's injured. Yeah, well, Tyler, deal with it. We've had injuries in the past and we still won. Anyways, I should give Tyler a break now.
Poking the bear.
Yeah, it's time for me to stop beating a dead horse. Okay.
But no, like Chicago didn't have a productive day, but they stayed in it. I mean, your kicker was what?
John, is Montgomery their number one back?
Yes.
Okay. He didn't do much.
No.
What's that? 12 carries for 20 has to be what? Who filled the ball with helium? Most likely it was Tom Brady. Anyways, so I don't think 12 of 20 yards is very good, though.
No. He's just coming back from an injury, too.
So you know some of these injuries better than I do.
Well, Hubert was the story for the last couple games. Kate Hubert. So Montgomery's a hard-nosed runner. He's been in the league for a couple of years. He's at Iowa State, so.
No, I don't think Cousins is the quarterback to get Minnesota to the promised land, personally.
No.
He wasn't that good when he got traded to him. The first ever fully guaranteed contract, I was like, what? Couldn't understand that at all.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see.
Lalo started a group chat with me, Sam, and himself, and it's a Tom Brady jersey, but it has referee stripes on it.
Nice. Why is Lalo not being in here with us?
Yeah, I'll see if I can show you.
Come on, Lalo.
See it?
Oh my God, that's the best. That is the best because that's exactly what happened. So, yeah, I don't have any much more to say about Minnesota and Chicago.
No, not really.
Was it,
Then the Patriots just destroyed Detroit, and a lot of people are shaking their heads about Detroit because they said the offense looked horrible this game. And they rave about how many strides that the Detroit's offense is taking and all that stuff, and then you go up to New England and you get your butt kicked.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I mean, I would call this a little bit of a revenge game, a little bit, because Matt Patricia was the head coach of Detroit for a couple seasons, and then got fired for Dan Campbell. So maybe Matt Patricia still had a little bit of pull.
He might.
But,
yeah, we'll jump in that. Let's jump. Wait, the Patriots game. I mean, I don't know. We'll jump in there. For all that hype about the Lions being hard on that show and being so physical, they suck. So I don't know. They're horrible. Goff is horrible. That's why he never won. That's why he couldn't win in the Super Bowl. He's horrible. I'm trying to see. So they sacked Goff twice. New England, I just dominated. But I'm looking at their stats, and it's like New England they each had a fumble. So,
like I said, it wasn't close.
It's just, yeah, I don't know how. I mean, they both got picked off. One zap through a touchdown. but they had a running game. That see, the Patriots just did everything right. Because if you look at the score, I mean, but you look at the stats, you'd think they would have at least scored once or twice.
I don't know.
Wow. Anything to say about that, John?
No.
I just wanted to touch in with that. That I was surprised at that score. I mean, first I was surprised that I shouldn't be that surprised that New England put up some points, but Detroit, I don't see the hype.
It's not there anymore. It went away.
What is it? Yo, I don't. What are you talking about, Tyler?
By Detroit.
Oh, okay. There's Matt. Football love.
Mm-hmm. But then another real surprise today, since they lost again yesterday, the Washington Commanders are now 1-4. I don't know if you saw this or not. They asked Ron Rivera today, "What's
Here we go.
the difference between the Cowboys, Eagles, and the Giants and your team?" And he said, flat out, quarterback.
Yeah, he did, but he says like he was talking about like, oh, we got to build around Wentz now. I'm like, Wentz did what he normally does, runs down for a game winner, picked off.
Yep, you saw that too.
Yeah, I did see that. Go on, John. You keep going with it.
I don't know. I mean, there's not much to say. Like Derrick Henry had his probably best game of the season. He had what, 102 yards and 2 touchdowns. Like that's what people expect out of Derrick Henry.
No, but Derrick Henry had a great game. I mean, they didn't even have half their rushing yards on the Washington side.
Kansas City just scored Travis Kelce.
Yay! It's 17-7 now.
Yeah, Tyler's right. Wentz pulled a Seahawks in the Super Bowl. Like, get you all the way down the field, and then you throw the interception to lose the game. Like, not much more to say about that. But like, Tannehill is not like he had 15 to 25 for 181.
No,
and a touchdown. But
Tannehill came from Miami. He had a window of opportunity, and that window's gone now.
Yeah, and I always said that I thought Tannehill was overrated out of college. The only reason he was drafted as high as he was is because the year he was drafted, Mike Sherman, who was his coach at Texas A&M, was hired by the Miami Dolphins as their offensive coordinator that year. So Miami was in the rebuild mode. You bring in a new offensive coach. What better can you do than draft a kid that you just saw play for 4 years?
It's going to Super Bowl.
I mean, right now, like what everyone's saying is Buffalo, Philly.
I think it's going to be Detroit and the Jets.
Yeah, don't knock the Jets, okay? I'm sorry.
Yeah. We'll get to that game in a minute. They need to bench Wentz for. I don't agree with that. Well, I don't know, Tyler. I have to admit.
He has a good point. Heineke
led
that team last year to a couple of big wins. And if Wentz is going to continue being Wentz and turning the ball over late in the games, you're going to have to give Heineke or even Sam Howell, the 4th-round draft pick this year, a chance. Well, I don't see Wentz being in Washington past this year. That's what I'm going to say. I
didn't realize. I mean, I heard in the preseason, Washington's defense is not that bad. They sacked him 5 times. But they sacked him 5 times. Well, it could be the Tennessee line, too, so I don't know. Yeah, Wentz, look, that one interception is the one that caused the game. After all that drama, all he had to do was throw that and he would have won. I don't understand why he chokes.
Yeah. Tyler's talking about Heineke when he says that. He led a 2020 Washington team to a wild. Tyler Heineke had probably one of the best performances in a playoff game and lost. So
yes, but I don't know. Wentz if Wentz would just make better decisions, 325 or 38, that's, I feel, enough. He got sacked 3 times, so Tennessee got to him. But Tannehill got sacked 5 times. He's not a mobile quarterback anymore. Tannehill could run it one time in his life. Wentz used to run around too, but doesn't anymore.
That's what happens when you rip your ACL. You become more hesitant.
That's true. You do.
But like even Ryan Tannehill, like, yes, they're 3-2, but Ryan Tannehill is looking over his shoulder right now because he had a rookie quarterback sitting behind him, and Malik Willis ready to go.
That's true.
Willis ready this year? No, but down the road, you're not going to keep paying someone like Ryan Tannehill, who's going to get sacked a lot or turn the ball over in crucial situations, when you have a 21-year-old kid saying, "Hey, I'm ready to go."
Well, I have a question. Why do you think Tannehill had his success, John, after coming over from Miami? Why did he suddenly start to produce the system or something else?
It could have been a system. He had a young wide receiver that became a phenom in AJ Brown. Like,
I don't agree with that, Tom. I think Jimmy G's better than Tannehill.
eh. And we saw that yesterday in Carolina. Jimmy G went off.
But look at this. I mean, despite the interception by Wentz and another 3 fumbles. I mean, come on. I'm done with this game.
Well,
Defense.
that's just your offensive line not giving you time to progress. Like, look what Philly did to him when they played him 2 weeks ago. They sacked him 9 times. Look at what they did against Trevor Lawrence. They made him fumble the ball 4 times. Like, if you're not going to hold on to the ball, like, what are you doing? So
I agree. Here's a score that really surprised me. The Dolphins-Jets game, 40-17. What?
Okay, so before you jump and ridicule the Dolphins for being
No,
bad,
go ahead.
this game was 19-17 going into the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they fell apart. I don't.
Well, the Jets scored 2 touchdowns in 14 seconds.
What? They fumbled or something?
The Jets scored, and then the pursuing kickoff, the Dolphins fumbled it right back to them. They scored 1 play later. Plus, you lose Teddy Bridgewater. The first play of the game, he went out concussion protocol. Now you're putting a rookie quarterback in who probably didn't get much work during the week because you're trying to help Teddy get ready to start. So all of a sudden, you're throwing wolves into the fire.
Both teams rushed pretty good. No, go ahead, John. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No, you're fine. Like you had 5 total rushing touchdowns for the Jets. Wilson didn't have any passing touchdowns, but your ground attack, although only 135 yards on the ground, 5 rushing touchdowns.
How are you on Mostert, John? Mostert? How are you? Do you like that guy? As a running back. What do you think of him? Is he good?
Mostert, if he's given the holes, he can hit them. Mostert's a home run hitter.
Well, he was 18 for 113, whereas Hall was 18 for 97. Yeah. So
Mostert is like your north-south runner, which is very hard to find nowadays. These running backs that are in the league are east-west. They like to run outside the tackles. Someone like Mostert, he hits the hole and he's gone. And he showed promise when he was in Philly. We actually had him in Philly for a couple preseason games and they let him go. I think that was a dumb move. I think Mostert could have developed. And Miami paid him a bunch of money this offseason to come in and be a starter. Started off slow, but he's now,
he retired a while ago, Matt. I think it was like 2 years ago.
And he's not having the best of health right now, neither.
No, he's not. So. No, he's not. Let's send out I hope you get better soon, Terry. I think he's hysterical on commentary. So,
yeah, but Mostert's finally starting to show what they paid him for.
But look at this, John. Tyreek Hill, 7 receptions on 7 targets, 47 yards. What is that? 13 is long. Hill was supposed to be super explosive.
Okay.
Out of the
receiver. Doing their third string quarterback.
Yeah, and that's why they should throw it to Hill more. Where's Waddle? Look at Waddle being useless. I mean, I don't get it.
Teams are keen on them. When you have someone like that, it's easy to...
Well, look at that. Him and Hill didn't even they caught every pass their way. I just don't understand the lack of yardage.
I mean, your quarterback might not have the same arm strength or just doing quick dump off passes. Like, look at what Philly did yesterday. How many times did he roll and do that wide receiver bubble screen? I was getting actually kind of annoyed with it.
That he kept running it?
Well, no, it's just you take 2 steps back and like you're hitting the wide receiver and like one of the Y routes they call it, like a wheel route. Like, yes, you can do it if you have speed, sure, but after a while your teams are gonna key in on it.
Oh, definitely, I agree.
So,
Bridgewater, when he was with Carolina, he really did a good job. I'm surprised they traded him.
Yeah.
Back then, that's a few years ago, but just back then.
But yeah, speaking of Carolina, they're in disarray, and they actually are the
Yeah.
first team in the 2022 season to fire a head coach.
Yeah, let's get to that game. Where is it at?
Matt Wool got fired this morning, and so did his defensive coordinator.
Where's that at?
Probably down
Why,
the list a little bit.
why can't I find that game? Bengals. Oh,
Not
here it
really
is.
much.
Here it is.
Really not much to talk about. Jimmy Garoppolo had a decent day, 253 and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, Baker Mayfield leaves and he's like, "Oh, don't worry, I'll prove everything when I left." Yeah, you proved that you suck. That's what you did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well,
Sorry.
I don't know. I know my buddy TJ. He never watches the show, but I hope one time we can have him pop in here. He's a big Panthers fan. See you, Matt. Have a good night.
See you, Matt.
But
Love you.
I would love to pick TJ's brain about what's going on with his team. Like you build up these 2 top 5 overall quarterbacks, and they can't stay on the field. Donald's hurt still, and Mayfield's been so inconsistent.
This is just awful.
And look how much money you're paying those 2 quarterbacks combined.
I will say that Mayfield spread it around, but so and then Garoppolo did too. I think Garoppolo's a better quarterback. I'm sorry. I just think he's a better quarterback than people give him credit for. I know he wasn't, 18 to 30. I understand that's a horrible stat line but he didn't get picked, kept it safe, 2 touchdowns.
Oh, Jimmy G's problem is like any other really quarterback is he can't stay healthy.
Now there you go. That is true. Look at Mayfield and Walker together got sacked 6 times.
Yeah.
San Francisco's defense is really, really good.
Oh yeah, and they're very underrated.
They are. I agree with you on that. They are very underrated. They have a good defense.
That's what helped them win the Super Bowl a couple years ago.
Yep.
The front 4 is amazing.
They are amazing. I do like. They got some great guys up front. You are definitely right on that. Some of these guys. Nick Bosa is an animal a lot of times.
Yeah, and he only had 1 tackle. The team's keyed in on him, but then you still got like Cook Law, whatever his name is. But like that's what San Fran built for like many years. They invested in that defensive front 4, and it showed.
Oh, definitely it did. I have to leave in about 10 minutes, John. So let's see. We hit every game except for the
Texans, Jaguars.
Oh yeah, that's our last game. Is the Texas, I think, Jacksonville game.
It was a snooze fest. A lot of people were disappointed with Jacksonville because, again, they started off hot. Trevor Lawrence looked like he was progressing very well, and now
they did decent against us, but Houston sucks. So I don't know. Lawrence was finally got in a system where he's doing well, and then look what he does.
Yeah.
Now, nothing against Trevor Lawrence. I still have faith in him, okay? But calling him a next-generation talent and doesn't come around for every 1,000 years, I think he was a little bit too overhyped coming into the NFL.
Yeah, but now he has a coach like Doug Peterson that's supposed to help him develop, and he's been showing flashes, but now he took 2 steps forward, but now he's taking that step back.
Which is,
you can't have that.
He's only 23, though. He's thrown for 1,200 yards this year, 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Not the best, but I just still think I think that he's going to be salvageable.
I think he'll bounce back.
Yeah.
You basically you got to get Christian Cook more involved. 1 reception on 3 targets. First of all, Christian Cook's your best wide receiver on that team, and you're only throwing the ball his way 3 times.
That doesn't even make sense.
No.
Why is that? I have no clue.
But Travis Etienne had his best game of his career, 10 carries for 71 yards. I'm waiting for that kid to break loose. You still got James Robinson, who's a featured back. You got the pieces in place.
Is Etienne Jr., is he their lead, John, or no?
He's usually a backup to James Robinson, but they're a good 1-2 combo.
Got you.
But, yeah, this game just came down to the last few minutes, and the Texans got their 1 and only touchdown. So,
was it a sloppy game, or was it because Lawrence got it picked twice, and Mills didn't get picked at all, but he didn't throw for a TD.
Defense is playing defense. It was a defensive game.
Oh, definitely. I'm looking at wow.
So
But it looks like either the defenses were great or else that was a sloppy game and the defenses were great. I don't know how to say that. I don't know. I thought, yeah, it's a work in progress. I understand with Jacksonville, but I mean, they played good the week before. They still did decent against us. I thought, I don't think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs, but you never know. But I
you
don't
never
know.
know.
You just never know. Well, John, that's everything for the week. Raiders are still, they're almost in field goal range again. So it might be 27 at the half. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
roughing the passer. Nice job, Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I expect this to be a blowout, this game.
Well, I think
Blowout.
a lot of people did.
Chiefs are at home, and I was like, against the Raiders, they're going to hammer, but no. What is the box score up to this point? Derek Carr's been sacked once, 10 of a 13, 130 yards. Mahomes, 79, one touchdown. Jacobs is going crazy in Las Vegas. 74 yards in the first half, 13 carries, touchdown.
Can't beat that.
I'm just seeing what's going on. I know not much has happened, but
And Devontae Adams had a big first half too.
oh yeah, well he's the best. I mean, he's the best. At Kansas City receiving, I don't know, man. I know Valty's. What is his last name? Faulty Scantling.
Marquise Scotland.
Didn't he come over? Didn't he come over from the Packers?
Yep,
Or was he? Or was he a free agent signed?
He was a free agent signing from the Packers.
Oh, okay.
And then you got Smith Schuster from Pittsburgh. But like, Kansas City needs to get going.
Yeah, they do. Not looking good there. John, we actually covered all the games tonight.
I know we did good.
I did good. Well, I got to bow out, everybody. I hope you enjoyed our little over 1 hour. I don't know if John's going to stay and talk to you guys more.
Just for a minute.
I am out of here. John, take it away. We had a good recap session. I think we hit everything good, everything crazy. Yep, I would have liked to join that feed yesterday. John did an impromptu, and it went great, I heard.
Yeah, well, if you want, like Tyler suggested, a special Sunday night show before we do watch the Eagles Cowboys game. Like I said, if you want to maybe set something up for Sunday night, let me know.
You want to? Me and John will we'll film a reaction video and then we'll edit it and post it on the site.
we'll figure something out. I think that could be fun, Mike.
I think it could be fun too. He's got a good point there. All right, everybody, thanks for stopping by. I'm out of here, but John will take you the rest of the way. See you, sir.
Yeah, I'll fill you in what I was talking about. So
okay.
All right. Now that it's just me in the studio, I want to thank everyone for joining us for Russo's recap. The only thing left I got really to say is kind of upset. I'm not gonna lie. I had made a post a couple days ago about trying to reach 350 followers on the page. The page is at 187 followers, I think, right now. Let me double check my numbers. Hold on 1 second, please. Hold on. What's this at? Yeah. So my page is at 187 followers on the page, which to me is mind blowing. So I had made a post about trying to hit 350 followers by New Year's Day. And my page is obviously anytime you make a Facebook page or anything like that, it is public. So everyone who wants to look, they can see it. Well, there's sometimes where me and Mike make a post about like a different show we're doing, or I want to personally do a $50 giveaway if I hit 350 followers by New Year's Day. That is my goal. I set out for it. So I made a post about it. Well, Mike, being as generous as he is, boosted my post. Well, what I mean by boosted my post is it gets shared throughout everybody that's on Facebook. Okay. And last night I had received numerous comments from a person. I'm not going to name that person, but they weren't too happy with me sharing my page. Okay, I understand that you don't want to see people's progress and stuff on your feed. I get that, but to basically call me out and say my page is junk and useless junk, it's spam and all that. You don't know nothing until you pop in this page and watch a show. I spent numerous of hours making these intros, running different shows. I'm doing this for fun. I'm not trying to gain any fame out of this. I got my friend Mike on board to help me build this show. I got my friend Sam on board to help me build the show, and my friend Andrew on board to help me build the show. And we're not doing this for nothing. I'm trying to have a good time doing it. So for people to sit there and bash me, saying my page is useless junk, it pisses me off. You don't know what is on the show. All you see is me advertising my show, trying to get it out there to build a bigger, broader audience, and you're going to sit there and call my page useless junk. Well, I'm sorry, but you don't know what the hell goes on this show to be able to say that. So unless you want to pop in the show one night and watch it, please don't insult me. I have plenty of people who support me by coming in this show talking. Yes, we may get heated at times with my friend Tyler because he's a Bucks fan, or we might have funny trash talking. But at the end of the day, we're just doing this to have fun. Okay? So to sit there and bash my page, it annoys me. Okay? Tell you in my shoes, like basically, shut up. Okay? If you don't want to be in the show, then don't be in the show. If you don't want to see any of the posts that I make, all you gotta honestly do is click a button and it says, don't show me any notification from this page. But you don't have to sit there and comment saying my page is useless junk. That offends me. Okay? That offends me. Because I put my time and effort. I work 45 hours a week at my job, and then I come home and do another 30 hours a week on this. So to sit there and call me out like that on a comment thread and then leave angry emoji faces because you're childish because, oh, your page shows up on my feed and it's useless junk. You know what? You're useless junk because you're not giving me the time of day to show you what kind of fun we have on this show. We do a recap show Monday nights talking about football. Tuesday nights, I'm trying to build an interactive stream where we have people pop in and play trivia, have some fun. And then we do a movie discussion every Friday night called Friday Night Movie Night. So unless you want to show your face in a stream and say, hey, I showed my face. I'm sorry I called this useless junk. Don't assume nothing, okay? I do this for fun. I'm going to keep doing it for fun. I'm going to keep making public posts and sharing them to whoever the hell I want. If you don't want to read it, just quickly say, I don't want to see this page anymore. That's what I got to do. Block my page. Ooh, I lose a potential follower. Who cares? I do this for fun. I'm not out here to get paid or anything like that. But don't insult me. That's all I ask. Okay? And if you want to insult me, that's fine. But don't do it on a public thread where people can read your comments. Message me personally, and I'll be more than happy to talk to you. I'm a nice, down-to-earth guy. Everybody who knows me knows that, like, I'm a very straightforward guy. So to sit there and bash me hurts my feelings. It hurts my intelligence. I'm not canceling my show. I'm still going to make plenty of content for the people who do enjoy it. I'm going to make posts on Facebook, posts on Twitter, Instagram, you name it. This show will get out there. So whether you want to jump in and follow it or not, be my guest. If not, fine. But don't call it useless junk until you see what goes on and hear firsthand. So, I feel better now. I went on a little tirade. Tomorrow night, we will be doing our normal Trip 2 show. Don't know if we're going to run it through Kahoot like we normally do, or if we are going to try to do it a different way, but a fun way. So we will find that out. Friday night is our weekly Friday night movie night discussion. This week we are doing the Matrix trilogy, I believe. And then I'm trying to think what else. That's about it for now. In 3 weeks from tonight, there will be no recap show, but on Monday night, we might have to do it Sunday night because in 3 weeks is our Halloween special I'm doing live. So let's see what this comment says. Mr. Simmons, good evening. Thanks for popping in. I was just wrapping up. I went on my little 5-minute tirade about people calling me out and calling my page Useless Junk. I set the record straight. I hope everybody enjoys it. I hope we have Mr. Simmons tomorrow night in studio. He's a terrific host of my Trev Choose program. We have a lot of fun. I have a new intro for that, as you saw tonight with Mike's recap. I also made a new introduction for that show. But just to recap what I was just talking about, in case you're just coming in, is I had people commenting on a post I had made about and shared it and calling it my page Useless Junk, and I took offense to it. So I let people know how I felt in a nice, polite way. So maybe we will see. I'll let you know later tonight. It sounds like a plan, Sam. But I'm going to hop on out of here. I'm actually going to do some more off-stream work to get ready for a couple of things coming up. But 3 weeks from tonight, I'm doing another live on location show from my friend's front yard. That's going to be all decorated for Halloween. That's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. It's a special Friday night movie night. So, till then, I mean, thanks for popping in. We had Tyler in here tonight. We had Matt. We had Lou pop in for a little bit. We had Mr. Simmons at the end. Curtis popped in after his lovely Thanksgiving dinner. Yeah, I mean, it was a nice little recap show tonight. So, till tomorrow night, 8:30 Trev Choose. Till then, happy night.